Hi friends, this is Meena Tilakraj. I greet you all on behalf of Rotary, Rotaract and myself, uh, Meena Tilakraj, the Inner Power Optimizer, Storyteller Guide of India and Travelism Expert. Friends, today is session 3 and we are going to speak about emotions and diplomacy. I hope all of you are there. I can see just 2 of you, and hope many others are coming. Friends, why have we taken the topic of emotions and diplomacy today? The thing is that during this lockdown period, the series is Corona lockdown time equals to reborn time, and this series is actually to help you all overcome this period. And during this period, emotions are running high. All kinds of emotions. People are scared, people are confused, people are angry, people are absolutely bewildered. They don't know what to do. They are disgusted with the situation. And of course, there are lots of people who are angry with others who are not following the rules. Because Corona lockdown means sitting at home, so the whole family is at home together, and there are people who are getting on each other's nerves and getting angry. So in fact, many people are now almost debating on the fact that after this Corona lockdown is over, how many families are going to really remain together, how many are really going to learn to be together, and how many are going to get fed up and drift away. So that's the, what should I say, that's the funny side of the whole thing, or should I say it's also serious. Okay, so but emotions do help. So that is why they say that expressing your emotions is very, very important. The thing is that we have to express our emotions. Yes, that is necessary, because it is the emotions that make us human, no? Emotions, they are kind of energies, okay? There are different kinds of energies. Hi everybody, whoever has joined, and thank you so much. Do get your friends to join, and this is a very, very interesting topic that I'm doing, okay, and very important also. So I'm not going to take each other's names because I don't want to lose time with that. Yes, I was saying emotions are very, very important energies that we have within us, and it's very important to express our emotions. Very, very important. They make us human. Stones don't have emotions, for example. So very often people say, or even I use the term, are you a robot? Have you noticed that people who don't express, who don't show any expression, it's so difficult to deal with them. You don't know, you're so confused. I am into the field of tourism, and there are certain people who will never express anything, whether they have understood what I'm saying, whether they are, I do guiding, I go along with groups, I give them a certain explanations, I talk about certain things, and there's no expression. So I don't know whether they have understood. I don't know whether they have liked something. I don't know whether they are not liking something. I don't know whether I should do it, I should not do it. I don't know whether they are confused and they need more explanation. It's very difficult to deal with people who don't express. That is one. But even for the person oneself, even for ourselves, it is very difficult. It is very important that we express ourselves, because they complete us. Okay, there is so much of pent up emotion. They say it's like you've got the whole thing bottled up within you, and if you don't express, these bottled up emotions express themselves very differently in form of various illnesses and diseases. Some could be mental diseases, and some could be physical manifestations of these emotions, like you get itchiness, you get ulcers, you get heart blood pressure, and there are so many. You get mental imbalances, you go into stress, you go into trauma, you go into nervous breakdowns. So those who don't express themselves, they face the risk of so many different types of ailments, which could be mental or physical. And that is why it's very, very important to express ourselves, and the Indian system, or the Indian thought has analyzed and said that there are 9 main expressions. 9 main expressions are: first is Shingar, which is, of course, the word says dressing up and all that, but it is about love. Okay, there is Shingar, and then there is Hasya, which means laughter. So you laugh out. There are people who don't laugh. They don't laugh openly. So that also is very necessary. You must laugh. And nowadays there are laughter clubs which say that laughter is good for your health. It's good for your lungs, it's good for your body, and it's good for your mind. So there's laughter, there's Karuna, compassion. Oh, I feel so bad for you, But Karuna should not be empty. It should not be just, oh, I feel so bad, and then you just go away. If you feel Karuna, you express Karuna, then you should do something about it. And if you can't, and if you still feel Karuna, if you're not in the capacity to help, at least say a little prayer: oh God, I can't help him, but you please help him. Okay, so there's Karuna. Then there's Raudra. Raudra means anger. Oh my God, we have enough of that all around us. Okay, I don't have to say express your anger. People are expressing their anger left, right, center. Okay, but that has to be checked up. I do have a topic which is coming later: anger, fear, and stress. Make them your best friends. How? I'll talk to you later. But right now it's enough to just list it. There's anger, Raudra. Then there is Veera, courage. Oh, you show yourself very courageous. Nowadays there are lots of people who are showing themselves courageous at the wrong time, wrong place. Oh, nothing is going to happen to me, and they are just not following the rules of social distancing and staying indoors or putting their masks on. Now this is false courage. This is stupid courage. But yes, you must have courage, and you must express courage also. Okay, but not at the wrong time. And then you have Bhay. Bhay means fear. Yes, at the moment, I think all of us are going through this at some time or the other. Bhay, the fear of coronavirus. Okay, so of course, expressing your fear is important, is necessary, but how much? Okay, fear should not be imaginary fears. Fear should not be ill-placed. Fear should not be exaggerated. But fear should be something that kind of takes you to the right action. So as I said, fear, anger, and stress, I'm going to handle this separately. Okay, and then we have Bibhatsya. Bibhatsya means disgust. Oh, I don't like this. You give something to eat. Give tindas to children to eat. Nowadays, cooking, getting the right vegetable is a big problem. And when you make those tindas or loki or something, and your children say, yuck, I don't want to eat this. So Bibhatsya. Okay, but even Bibhatsya has to be controlled. Then we have Adbhut, wonder. Oh my God, look at the world, look at the earth, look at the way she is reclaiming herself, look at the way she is kind of rejuvenating herself. She is, sort of, everything is becoming so fresh and so nice, and she's recreating herself. She's renewing herself. Wonder, look at the way, there's so many birds now in and around. You hear the chirping of so much birds. So that's wonder. And then there is peace, Shanta. Peace. For God's sake, stay calm. Stay calm. That is going to help you, because there are certain emotions, if you express them too much, or if you feel them too much, they are going to make you feel weak. Anger and fear, stress, these are some of them. Getting yourself too tired also is one of them. So some of them have to be controlled, have to be checked as to how much. Is it real? Is it not real? You have to check yourself. So these are the navarasas, the 9 emotions that you have, and expressing them makes you human, but you should also know when and how. And over here I can give you a simple key to understanding when and how much and how, and that is the law of karma. The law of karma is based on 2 major principles. There could be others also, but 2 major. One is cause and effect, and second is relativity. I could say third is the volume, the how much or how little you should express. So these are the 3 main principles on which karma functions, and this is what you have to also understand for your navarasas, how to express them. Expression, as I told you, expression of emotions is important. What do? Their energy is within us. Okay, if you don't express them, they get bottled up. So they fulfill us, they make us more human. It's a release of negativity. Like if you have anger, if you have sorrow, if you have pain, talking to somebody helps, isn't it? Letting somebody know helps. Though they could be also used to kind of get a release for you, so that you don't bottle them up. As I told you in the beginning, if you bottle them up, you can suffer from so many ailments. It could be mental or physical. They also help others to understand us, to help us. Yes, they're important. And that is what you cannot, like I told you earlier, that when people don't express their emotions, or they don't express themselves, you don't know whether they are okay, they are not okay, they like it, they don't like it, you don't understand. So that is why also emotions are important. Then they establish your credibility. When you express, when you are an expressive person, people say, oh, this person is so transparent, so nice to, people are not confused about you, right? And when they are not confused about you, it helps them to deal with you also. Okay, they know what to do next, what to say next, what to offer next, what not to do with you. Okay, what not to give you, what not to say. So it's all that. And it also, expressing yourself helps also misunderstandings. Okay, removes misunderstandings. So you don't have to be misunderstood at all if you are expressing your emotions correctly at the right time. Like I said, follow the law of karma, the principles of the law of karma, which is cause and effect and relativity, and of course keep them in moderate measures. Then we have another thing, where people talk about diplomacy. That how do you balance the two? How do you balance the two? Do you express them all the time? But at certain times, you cannot afford to express your emotions. Okay? But there is a way, and I call it conversion of emotions. You convert your emotions. You convert your reaction. Okay? And you convert your emotion. In that, why do you need diplomacy? First of all, you need diplomacy when you're dealing with others. When there are a few others around you, or there is one person also, you're trying to strike a deal, or maybe you're trying to understand the situation, or maybe you're trying to do something. And over there, diplomacy is required, with people. And very often, diplomacy is specifically required when there is a disagreement. Okay? When there is a disagreement. So, as I told you, I have termed it conversion of emotions. You convert your emotions. How do you convert your emotions? First of all, you convert your emotions by not immediately reacting, but by putting yourself in the other person's shoes. Your second thing would be that ask yourself, question yourself, why, how, what, where. Why is this person behaving? Put yourself, try and understand, where does this person come from? Where is his behavior coming from? Very often we misunderstand due to any reason. Maybe the person has not expressed himself or herself properly. I must tell you, one of my uncle used to tell me that people commit two mistakes. Two mistakes. All mistakes can be categorized in two categories only. One is grammatical mistake. So they've used the wrong term, they've used the wrong exclamation marks, they've used the wrong terminology, words, and even punctuation marks are used wrongly. So that is why that is one mistake. So it's a grammatical mistake. Okay. The second thing is that they are doing mathematical mistakes. Mathematical means either too much or too little. So your mistakes are either grammatical or they are mathematical. You're using the wrong words, you're using the wrong expressions, the wrong punctuation marks, or your volume of your expression is either too much or too little. Okay, so they are those kind of mistakes that you commit, and you have to avoid those. Okay, so you will do that only when in a situation where you have to be diplomatic, where you're dealing with others, you kind of put yourself in the other person's shoes. Try to understand where the person is coming from, and as I told you, ask those questions: why, when, what, how, and then go ahead. You should never rush when you're disagreeing with somebody. Never rush, because you don't know. You know, there are so many things which could be different because of difference of culture, the difference of upbringing, right? Difference of language. Your language would mean you, like, I know one thing, that when I say there's a huge crowd here, it's very crowded, I mean a person is almost rubbing shoulders with one another. But in countries where there are not, which are not as populated as India, if they say crowded, it means, oh, there are lots of people, you know. So your expression may not be understood by the other person because of difference of perception, difference of culture, difference of upbringing, difference of experiences. We all have our difference of experiences, and because of that, sometimes we don't get the reference, we don't perceive what the other person is saying. It's very different. Okay, so that could be, that's why never rush. Give them time. Try to understand his point of view or her point of view. Okay, and then you wait for the right moment. Wait. That's it. Wait for the right moment. And your easiest is to help the person put his weapons down, put his defenses down. You say, okay, I agree to disagree. Let's agree. It could be your point of view, but let's explore. Can we explore a different point of view? First agree, put the person's defenses down, and then go forward. That would help diplomacy. And that is what I say, I term as conversion of emotions. Okay? And sometimes you also have to camouflage your emotions. One very interesting, or rather, not one, I can name a couple of them. Very interesting. You want something from somebody and you say, you know something, I love you. You're so cute, you know, you're so generous, you're so nice. Okay, because you want something from them. Okay, then you go shopping and you like something very much, and that person has seen it in your eyes, but then with your words you say, I don't like this. No, it's okay. No, there's nothing special about it. No, I don't want it. And the shopkeeper, if he's very smart and he's understood your eyes, maybe he won't budge. But if he feels he's going to lose the sale, he'll lower the price. Okay, so you could camouflage your feelings. You can also camouflage praise, like I told you. Oh, you're lovely. Sometimes you have to camouflage your expressions, your emotions, to make another person feel comfortable. Like a person feels, very often a person feels, oh my god, I'm so fat, oh, I'm not good looking, oh, there's nothing nice about, no, I can't do this. So you've got to pep them up. So when you want to pep people up, it's a positive thing. Okay, now this is a positive. So you try to, it's not camouflage, you're not telling lies, but you're trying to shift their attention from what is negative to what is positive. Oh, you know what? You look so lovely in this color. This color suits you. Oh, you know what? You're such a wonderful, warm person. You're such a wonderful, affectionate person. So you shift your attention from the negative points to the positive points, or else you just camouflage and you make sure that you don't make the blunder of making the person feel worse than what the person is feeling. Okay? You do give false praise. You give false oh yeah, I understand. I understand. These are the things. I'll give you one very, very interesting example of this false a false invite. I knew this lady, and I heard her say once, I was visiting her, and I heard her say once, she was calling up her daughters and said, it's such a long time we haven't seen you, and we are missing your two little kiddos, and where the hell are they, and you haven't come here since such a long time, you must come over, we are missing you all. It's her own daughter. Okay, fine. After a few days, I casually ring her up and I say, oh, how are you? This, that. She said, you know what? I'm just fed up. I'm really, really fed up. What happened? You know something? That female has come with her two children. I said, which female? Oh, my daughter. She's come. She's come with her two children. And they are such a handful. I'm so bloody fed up. And she's coming for 1 week. Now I don't know what to do. I don't know how to say, please go. But weren't you calling them? Did you not call them up and tell them that you were missing them? Oh, but I just said it. Well, sometimes when you give false statements like that, it could come back to you. Okay? So, these are things which can happen when you are camouflaging or when you're doing too much of false expression. So, guard your false expression. Guard them where you are putting them. Only when it is necessary to either help you or help somebody, it's going in a positive direction, then use them. Don't misuse your camouflage capacities. And as I told you, diplomacy is very good. There is the entire thing about expressing your emotions and being diplomatic. So all these you have to use very judiciously and make sure you know where you're using them. Okay, with this I think I've covered up all the points. If there is any, now I'm going to give you a little time to ask me questions if you have, right? Please ask me your questions. Please say what you want to say. You can also put your questions in the comments. Is there anybody who wants to put in a question right now? I will be there to answer. Of course, I don't pretend to be an encyclopedia and a know-all. I will answer whatever I can, and if I cannot, I promise you I'll find out about it and answer to you. Okay? Any questions, please? Otherwise, we wind up this topic. Okay? No questions? Okay. So, we wind up. Thank you very much. My next session will be out tomorrow. I will be letting you know what is the topic. I'll be announcing that, and I'm sure many of you all will join me again. Okay? Would you like to join me for my next session? I'll give you the topic later on. Okay? Thank you very much, everybody, for joining me. Bless you all. Stay alert, stay safe, stay calm. Bye.